Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So I'm going to Scott Selections here for Thursday, September 14th. For again today's play of the day, quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in WNBA with Chelsea Gray over 7.5 assists at -113 on FanDuel. Pretty annoying beat there. Gray was cruising early. She had 3 assists in the first 3 minutes of the first quarter, had 5 at the half. We only needed 3 in the second half, and she put up 2. And it was even worse because the Aces were up by a lot, so she got benched with about 4 minutes to go. And Gray had a bunch of chances for more assists, and the Aces missed a bunch of point-blank layups, which would have gotten her there. Finished with 7, though. Pretty annoying beat. Look for a winner here on Thursday. And for today's play of the day, going to switch gears, going to talk about some college football. Going to look at a look-ahead game taking place on Friday between Utah State and Air Force. And for that matchup on Friday, going to take the underdog here. Going to take Utah State plus the 10 at -110 on Caesars. Time recording of 2 a.m. Eastern time. Covering is why I'm going to go with Utah State plus the 10 into this spot. First reason shopping around plus 10 is the best line available by far. Every other book has Utah State plus a 9.5. So with Caesars going a bit rogue, I'll definitely take the free half point, which is also a key number because I do think this line should close at 9.5 on Caesars as well. But to go through the recent meetings, Utah State has been very good against Air Force. In fact, Utah State has won each of the last 2 meetings. So if you want to give me a team that's won 2 straight games against this opponent, getting 10, that does seem a little bit weird, especially since Air Force has not exactly looked good so far this season. Air Force beat Robert Morris, an FCS school, a really bad one in week 1, then played newly promoted FBS school Sam Houston State last week, and really didn't look good. Air Force only scored 13 points. They only averaged 4.1 yards per carry. So I do think Air Force's offense a little bit overrated, and with the rule changes with blocking in the offseason, the military schools definitely got impacted the most from those rules in a negative way, which is why Air Force and Navy and Army have all looked bad offensively so far this season. But you're looking at Utah State so far this season. If you're going to cover against Air Force, you have to be good against the run, and Utah State has been good against the run so far this season, as Utah State's only allowing 94.5 rushing yards per game. And to go through the offense, Utah State's offense is better than Air Force's, and it's been very solid so far this season. In week 1, scored 14 points at Iowa. Does not sound great, but a reminder, Iowa is always a top 10 scoring defense in the league, in the country, I mean. And you're looking at Kinnick as well being a great home field environment. Scoring 14 there is actually a pretty good showing, and Utah State did only lose that game by 10 points. So I think Utah State is a pretty underrated unit, and they faced off against a much worse defense in week 2. Faced off against FCS school Idaho State. They scored 78 points. 78 points in that game. So I know once again, you're looking at Air Force's defense being better than Idaho State's by a wide margin. Is Air Force's defense better than Iowa's? No. I think Utah State should probably end up scoring at least 20 points in this game. But the real question comes back to Air Force's offense. How much does Air Force need to score in order to actually cover this line? Because if they need to score 24 points in order to cover, I'm not sure they get to 20 in this game. I think Air Force's offense, with the new blocking rules, the fact they can't throw makes them very one-dimensional. I think Utah State is going to be able to make this game interesting. They might win the game. I think they got a shot to actually win this thing. But if you want to give me a team that's won the last 2 meetings getting 10 points, I think they might lose this game close. Maybe they'll win it. But I do see a very low-scoring, ugly, maybe 20-17 type game. But I think the spread's too high. I'll go with the dogs. Play that once again here for Thursday, September 14th. It's going to be on Utah State plus the 10 at -110 on Caesars. Bye, everyone.